today, day 45. Quote for today, ignore the noise, focus on your work. Coach Chris posted in the closed group a little bit about his kind of working on starving off the noise and just focusing on the work. And so we thought we'd carry that into tomorrow. No matter what we're doing, whether it's fitness, nutrition, sometimes the noise is, oh, this isn't adding up. I don't feel like I'm getting fitter. I don't feel like I'm losing weight. Like ignore the noise. Like just focus on your work. Sometimes it can be maybe you're rethinking some changes in your life, what you want to do different. And the noise is, oh, that's not feasible. That's not possible. I could never make that change. That'll never happen. Ignore it. Let's starve out the noise. Focus all of our energy and direction into what we want, and pretty soon it will start happening. So that's what we'd love for you to work on today. Ignore the noise. For our workout, we have a warm-up. We're going to go through this 3 times. 10 arm circles. We're going to do those forward, backward. Let's do some big ones, some small ones. Then we're going to go into 3 wall squats with a pause. This is our standard facing the wall. If I had a wall here, my arms are up. I'm going to come down, keeping my shoulders up. Back nice and flat. Down, I have a pause, and then I'm coming back up. I'm going to do that for 3. Then I'm going to go to an air squat with some max depth. If you have a wall, like a doorway, or a column, anything that you have, if you have a heavy weight, like a heavy kettlebell, you could use that also. We're going to go down low, get nice and wide. I want you to sit as low as you can, but I want you to keep your shoulders upright. So no like dipping down into it to get a little lower. I want you to stay really upright, thinking about bringing the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. But this is going to get our depth really warmed up because we want to use that in our conditioning piece. So we're going to do 3 of those max depth air squats using whatever we have. Door frame, pillar, heavy weight, anything to just counterbalance ourselves when we get down into that low position. We're going to do this 3 full times. Then we're going to head into like our first piece of our conditioning. This is a little bridge between our warm-up and our conditioning. It's Tabata, which is 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. And we're going to do 10 rotations total. So 20 seconds of a squat thrust, 10 seconds to rest and transition, and then 20 seconds in the flutter kick. Okay, that would make 2. Then we're going to go 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to 10. So as a reminder, that squat thrust is a burpee without going on the ground. Hands go down. I'm going to jump myself out, in, and up. That would be 1, out, in, up. I'm going to get as many as I can in 20 seconds. 10 seconds, I catch my breath, I transition, I'm coming down to the floor. I'm gonna make a little diamond with my hands, put that underneath me. If I wanna make this a little more difficult, I'm gonna bring those shoulder blades up. I'm gonna bring those toes out right above the floor, and I'm gonna flutter kick here for the full 20 seconds. If I need a little break, I can let my head relax. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep those feet in the air, but if I need to, I can set them down also. So 20 seconds, 10-second transition, I'm back to my squat thrust. So I'm doing 10 of these back and forth rotations. So it'll be at each 5 times. Then I'm gonna head into my conditioning. Little note here, would love to see you do an all nasal breathing in both pieces today. That nasal breathing, it helps control our workout. It helps increase that aerobic capacity. And also it does train your body to breathe differently, which will help you handle stress differently. So keep that training up. Conditioning is a 4 time. There's an 11-minute time cap. The fun thing is you get a little choice today. It's 100 push press, 100 push-ups, and 100 air squats. Keeping it pretty simple. These are pretty basic movements. You get to choose what order you want to do them in, the rep scheme you want. You could do, 20, 20, and 20 for 5 rounds. So any way you want to break this up, if you want to tackle it 100, 100, 100, you could do that also. But I would say pick a strategy that keeps you moving the whole time. 11 minutes is pretty fast, so you want to keep grinding. If something gets to be too much, I'd move right to something else. Start working to get those numbers accumulating throughout that entire time. So let's just talk about it. With the push press, the 100 is each side. So if you have 2 dumbbells or kettlebells that weigh the same, you could dip and drive, and there we go. We can get just 100 reps like this because I will end up getting 100 on each arm. If I only have 1 item, I'm going to do 100 on one arm, 100 on the other. Of course, break them up however you want, 10 and 10 until I get to 100 each. Push-ups, same thing. We can do strict push-ups. I would probably keep that to a minimum. 100 is a really large number. So let's do those hands off deck. If we need to go to an elevated push-up on a chair or a box or a couch, that will help a little bit. If you need to go to that knee push-up on 100, that's okay too. Just keep those elbows tucked in. Let's keep that nice and close, that form good. And then that air squat. The air squat, we want to mimic what we did up here. We want to sit nice and low, keeping the crown of our head facing up, nice and tall. So that air squat should look at that depth every single time. I would rather you achieve the depth than you to fly through this and beat the time cap. And those air squats are really high. All right, feel free to zoom in here, take a little look at, again, I think Ellie's really trying to sell her artwork, maybe a little side hustle we see brewing here. But you guys have an awesome Wednesday. Tune out that noise, focus in on your work, make it a great day.